Happy solstice everyone. We're over in New Zealand and summer solstice we've just gone into, and of course it's winter solstice in the UK. So happy solstice to you. We're just going to give you a few tips for the season, and I'm going to give a little tip to how you can improve your relationship in the new year.
Hi there everyone, I'm just going to give you my tips for the December season. We've just had the Mercury retrograde, which has happened on the 19th of December, and that's going to happen for 3 weeks. That affects the throat energy and also the lymphatic system. So part of this sort of December, January energy is actually to work with the immune system. So my first tip really is to come off any supplementation. So you're actually going right back to your basic supplements for the immune system, and just have a week to 10 days, 7 to 10 days where you actually work with your diet and hydration as much as you can. And the top supplements for December are vitamin C and milk thistle. Vitamin C is such an amazing antioxidant, it keeps the immune system happy. But I'm not talking about the average 1,000 milligrams a day. You'd want to go 3,000 milligrams to 5,000 milligrams a day ideally to get the immune system a bit more boosted. Milk thistle is an amazing herb for supporting the liver. Most people are overindulging or in some form during the next couple of weeks, and so that milk thistle is actually a really supportive herb which will detoxify the liver and also help the liver to clean out any overload of toxins there. The next tip is actually to do some juicing every day. So I'm going to challenge you to do a 28-day 1 pint of juice a day if you can. Whatever you're used to, do a root vegetable juice or a green juice or a mix of that. Try to keep the fruit content down in the juice, and have 250 mils to 1 pint of juice a day for the next 28 days, and I promise you'll get a result from that with your immune system. So my next tip is actually to consciously eat your food, and what I mean by that is actually prepare your food in a very conscious way, in a peaceful setting, and sit in a quiet spot or have your meal in a nice place of the house where you feel at peace, and actually consciously be aware of chewing your food and eating in a very balanced manner, because a lot of us are rushing around during this season. We're not actually sort of sitting and being aware of what we're consuming, and so generally a lot of overconsumption happens in that sort of process. So before you actually eat your meal, maybe you could bless it or offer it to the divine, so you're actually charging the food with a positive energy and you're in a positive state of mind when you're eating. And I believe then you eat much less when you're having a meal then, because you're aware of the process of eating, and that can have a really positive effect on the mind and especially the consciousness. The last tip for this session is to really increase your essential fatty acids during this season. What's interesting is when we increase our fat content within the body, especially our omega-3s, it reduces the cravings for processed chocolate, caffeine, sugar, processed fats, all the things that come into practice during the festive season. You know, the more the essential fatty acids come into the body, the better you'll feel. So things like soaked linseed seeds, chia seeds, using flax oil, some lecithin, which is a sort of liver supportive technique. So remembering, if you're craving the bad fats, really increase the good fats. And we do need a lot more essential fatty acids around a seasonal change. So we'll be sort of in that seasonal change process up until the next full moon in January. And of course we move into the Chinese year of the rooster in January, which is a new sort of beginning of energies of working with the earth element. The rooster relates to the Capricorn energy in the Chinese system, so that's more about working with the physical body and earthing the body in a very positive way, and part of that is actually doing healthy foods, you know, to support the system. So that's my 5 tips for the season. If you are in symptoms at the moment because of the seasonal change, then those symptoms can be really supported with the tips that I've given you today. I'd also think about naturopathic techniques if you're aware of those, and to incorporate them more into the lifestyle. So happy solstice.
Thanks, Em. Like I said at the start, I'd just like to give one challenge really for January, and that would be to have a device detox. So a lot of people do a detox in January, don't they? They give up alcohol, maybe they give up drugs, alcohol, whatever it is they give up. One challenge that I'd like to set is to have a device detox, and let's have a set time that we're on our devices, because let's be honest, how much time these days are we spend looking at our phones, our laptops, our cameras, whatever it is that you maybe have that affinity with. instead of having the affinity with those loved ones that are around us, you know, like our family, our children, our wives, whoever that may be, those important people in our lives, they also pick that up, because if we're spending so much focus on these devices, then they're also feeling that they're not in focus. So how about in January, to improve your relationships, just having a set time in the day, whether it's 9 to 5, the working hours, where you're on your mobile phones, your laptops, and then even if it's just having 1 or 2 hours a day where your mobile phone is switched off, having quality time with your partner,
Excuse me.
Bless you. And yeah, just see how you get on with that. 28 days device detox, and also of course that's the relationship benefits, but then there's the health benefits as well, because electromagnetic frequencies aren't so great for our health, and you may even find that in the health level you've got more energy. Especially just switch them off in the night as well, you know, you're not using them, switch them off in the night and you wake up feeling invigorated. So that's one tip to help improve your relationships. We're sending you lots of love and happiness really for the new year. We hope that 2017 brings you everything that you desire and more, and that it's the best year yet for you. So Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, happy festive season.
Happy festive season, and Happy New Year for 2017.